Hello and welcome to a daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 4th of July 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai, all your posts put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. We have got to talk about this. Literally, the shitcoin BTC crypto community is all over this. They can't figure out how on earth could a 14-year-old BTC be still on the move. We thought Satoshi was dead. You know, like, where's it? How could this happen? I just don't get it. Anyway, they've all gone absolutely crazy over this. The internet is on fire at the moment. So obviously just going to read through that article there from CoinGeek. And then we'll look at all these other posts. Look at that. They're all talking about it. They're going crazy. Look at this. Whale alerts. And then they're going on like BTC meme pool history and all that. All these wallets waking up. They're just like, what's going on? Look at that. Satoshi Nakamoto is reportedly moving 80,000 BTC to sell. That's what's running on the rumor mill. You know, people tracking all these transactions. Like, what on earth is going on is the question. We can't figure it out. 10,000 BTC have moved after 14 years of total silence. Crypto Rover giving an update there. All 8 wallets woke up after 14 years of dormancy and transferred out 80,009 BTC, a BTC worth $8.69 billion. What could it be doing? Because BTC does nothing. Literally, all you can do is use it as a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, that's why all these shitcoiners shit themselves whenever something like this happens, because it does nothing. A movement means someone's going to dump it. But ironically, when somebody does, the only thing it can actually do, they're like, oh, weak hands, it must be a mistake. Yeah, all right, keep believing that. Look at that. This is one of the articles that Cointelegraph has posted. Ash Crypto on this saying, what the actual F is going on? They literally can't believe it. Did Adam Back possibly lie to them? Did Samson Mouse sail them down the river? Did Jameson Lot plop on them? Did Michael Saylor sail away with his bullshit? That's what it looks like. Orange Gateway getting this. They're saying, you guys ready? Felt cute. Might just go to space soon. Oh, that would make a great thumbnail there. Martini guy reporting on it as well. Yeah, I don't know about you, but that looks like a cock and balls to me. We've got a post here from CSW that other people have been sharing and commenting on. So we'll definitely have to read through that and see what's going on. Light making a comment on Rock Wallet's post there. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, with it being the 4th of July, Independence Day in the US. And then that will be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Right, so Cointelegraph says Bitcoin loses 108k, that's the price, as 14-year-old BTC sparks Satoshi rumors. Gradecoin is the subject of rumors as wallets holding 80,000 Gradecoins suddenly reactivate after a 14-year hiatus. And this was just 4 hours ago. So key points, Gradecoin price loses nearly 2% on the day as 14-year-old coins suddenly move on chain. Explanations include a substantiated claim linked to the BTC wallets involved to creator Satoshi Nakamoto. Oh, the big reveal might be coming. Price comes from BTC longs as a result, with short massing above 110,000. Gradecoin slipped beneath the key $108,000 level on July 4th. The transaction is involving long-term dormant coins startled markets. So why would they startle markets? Honestly, it's so stupid. Surely if Satoshi Nakamoto was around, that would be a benefit to the system. But they know it won't be because they're the ones who have corrupted it. Rumours swirl as a Gradecoin OG moves millions. Data from Cointelegraph, Markets Pro and TradingView showed BTC USD visiting $107,000 on Bitstamp before a modest rebound. Who cares? On latest action, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. So the latest BTC price action, which occurred in the absence of Wall Street trading thanks to the US Independence Day holiday, coincided with a giant tranche of 80,000 BTC reawakening after 14 years. The transactions were linked to a single whale entity, with a monitoring resource look on chain confirming a total of 8 wallets. Wow. 8 wallets and 10,000 BTC each. Whoa. So we'll look at this post in a second here, but they've got here a great coin OG, at least 80,009 BTC with $8.69 billion woke up after 14 plus years of dormancy and transferred out 40,000 great coin today. This OG controls about 8 wallets, 2 of which received 20,000 BTC. 2.18 billion now on April 2nd, 2011, where the price of BTC was show more. Yeah, we'll look at that in a minute. The transfers were ongoing at the time of writing, with markets clearly nervous of the implications of such old coins suddenly moving on chain, potentially as part of a sale. Rumours on the social media abounded, with popular trader Crypto Beast even linking the transactions to Satoshi Nakamoto. But how could that be? Look at that. This Bitcoin OG had been dormant for 14 years and just moved 40,000 BTC. Likely to sell. Oh, Crypto Beast getting in on there. He turned 62k into $4 billion. That's a 64,500x return on his investment. Experts say these wallets are likely linked to Satoshi. I'll dig deeper and update you later. Hit follow. Commenting popular X trading account, the Kingfisher observed a spike in so-called toxic order flow, transactions which result in losses for market makers. I'd expect it to retrace, maybe liquidate those high leverage shorts. Part of a post suggested, referring to a build-up of BTC short liquidity on exchanges' order books. Data from monitoring resource CoinGlass showed BTC USD eating through long liquidity levels, while overhead resistance, especially above 110,000, increased. BTC price risks cancelling breakout. Oh, who cares about all this price nonsense? Continuing on great coin price action, popular trader analyst Rect Capital flagged a potential risk to a bull market upside. A daily chart uploaded onto X showed BTC USD undoing the resistance support flip. Who cares? Honestly, I'm just sick to death of all this bullshit. Anyway, previously other crypto markets participants have repeatedly highlighted, I don't know, who cares? Honestly, these people are so fucking dumb when it comes to Bitcoin. Oh, number go up, number go down, number go up, number go down, number go sideways, number go down, number go up, number go sideways. Honestly, absolutely retarded. Utterly retarded. No idea about the fundamentals of Bitcoin at all. But anyway, Edo Farina, apparently supports XRP. Oh dear, never mind. Said breaking dozens of dormant BTC wallets from the Satoshi era are waking up. Massive amounts of Gregcoin are being moved to centralized exchanges. That's CEX's. Something big is happening. Oh, so they're going to exchanges. Look at that. So that is 1,083,864,944. Whoa. And another one, 1,079,663,031 USD. Another one, oh no, it's 107 million. And this is a 1,079,663,69 dollars has just been activated after 14.2 years, worth 33,999 USD in 2011. And this guy Pete B said that's about 50k BTC, worth over 5 billion so far from 5 different addresses. Major move. You've got this in the mempool space. Well, all this movement, you know, BTC is like literally like a wet blanket, just doesn't move. There's no utility there. People just, oh my god, movements on chain. Who would be doing that? This Spanish profile here, or Portuguese maybe, or Spanish, said breaking news: Satoshi Nakamoto is reportedly moving 80,000 BTC to sell. Satoshi is angry with OKX for attacking and delisting BSV, the true Bitcoin. Here's all the details. Oh, there we go. Check it out. Check it out. What's all these? On the addresses here. Yeah, they're mainly genuine Bitcoin legacy addresses, like originals. #1 legacy addresses there. Woo! Oh, there we go. That's 10,000. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Jeepers. Just going back to Cointelegraph with the 2 posts here. There's an update. Coinbase director says a 2011 era miner is moving BTC. The wallet once held 200,000k BTC, now worth $22 billion, making it a top 5 holder. Yeah, look at all these like original Coinbase amounts. And what's that? That's 9,000 BTC in there. Wow. Whoa. So this is an early one saying, wow, a dormant 14-year-old wallet holding 10,000 BTC awakens. Well, that's nothing compared to actually what's gone on today then, isn't it? They were like, that might have been just the first one. Might have been just the first one. Loads more to follow. Yeah, they're going to be going crazy. Carl Dupe said 10,000 BTC have moved after 14 years of total silence. I mean, it's just like, same voices saying the same old shit, really. This wasn't some wallet reshuffle or a security tweak. On-chain shows real trading intent. It's the biggest old holder move ever. Bigger than the spike we saw at FTX bottom. Not saying it's FUD, but when dinosaurs wake up, the market pays attention. Ooh, let's see what they got here. So this is Bitcoin spent output age bands. All right. Crypto Rover saying, update, all 8 wallets woke up after 14 years of dormancy and transferred out 80,009 BTC worth $8.69 billion. Hey, man, look at that. And look, all #1 legacy addresses. Yeah. None of this BTC, none of this BC or #3. Oh, look at that. But they've all been sent from genuine Bitcoin legacy addresses to SegWit addresses. That means they've had the signature removed, meaning that nobody can tell who sent it. It could be anybody. It's all speculation at the moment. Nobody can track it because it's gone to a SegWit address. Whew. That is exciting. That is exciting. Yeah. So just need to, spread some more FUD into the market, onto the face of these shitcoiners, just by reminding them of this. Here we go. Check it out. So this is back in 2020 when Satoshi Nakamoto said this. He said, we, or I, plan to sell a large volume of BTC for USD. This will occur on a single exchange as a rolling iceberg order, followed by significant orders of other exchanges. It is expected that the value will drop significantly and will be matched by a 10x leverage short. The network hash will be throttled at this time, limiting all movements to and from exchanges. Only spending the unrecognized SegWit transaction to miners and our own exchanges TX, that's transactions, will be processed in blocks. All other transactions will be rejected from blocks and will lead to UTXO congestion. A total of 51% of the BTC network prior to the price drop will be added. The sale will align to a reward halving. But again, that doesn't really apply there because this is back in 2020. I believe he's changed his mind, but I still think there's some element of truth in this. This is the plan. Once the network adjusted this new difficulty, the miners would be turned away from BTC. Mined blocks will actively reject and spend all so-called SegWit blocks, as these are a miner gift under the original rules. Yeah. Oh. I wonder if shitcoiners are hearing that for the first time. They probably weren't expecting that, were they? Well, look, Whale Alert reported on it. We just saw those earlier. Anybody else commenting on it? Oh, that's a funny one. This was Look on Shame when they said a Bitcoin OG holding at least 80,009 BTC woke up after 14 years of dormancy and transferred out 40,000 BTC. This OG controls about 8 wallets, 2 of which received 20,000 BTC. On April 2nd, 2011, when the price was just 78 cents. The other 6 wallets received 60,000 BTC. At the time, that's $6.52 billion now. On May 4th, 2011, the price was just $3.37. Today, 4 wallets transferred out over 40,000 BTC, while 4 more wallets remained dormant. And these are the addresses. So look, these are the original Bitcoin addresses. And the BTC ones, look, they're SegWit transactions. They're SegWit transactions. Honestly, shitcoiners have no idea what's coming. They have no idea. Well, I've just told them. Ash Crypto said, what the actual fuck? Another 10,000 BTC has been activated after 14.2 years. This is the 4th one that has happened today. They're all shitting it, getting their knickers in a twist. That's what's really going on. But I'll tell you why, who isn't getting their knickers in a twist, and that's Orange Gateway. They said, felt cute, might go to space soon. Like, shh, are you guys ready? What could they possibly be talking about? What could they possibly be talking about? We'll have to find out. Check this one out. And that Martini guy said, breaking, another $1 billion wallet. Just moved for the first time in 14 years. This is the 3rd one today. He says, what's going on? Can you imagine? The Martini guy, you know, with all his following he's got, doesn't know what's happening. But does that or does that not look like a cock and 2 balls and pubic hair? That's what I think that looks like. So I did make a rather crude post on that, but I'm not going to show it just in case there are kids watching, but you can see it on Twitter. Let's have a look at Sears Tominaga's post then here. So we said zero-sum illusions, tangible value, and the architecture of a digital utility, BTC, gold, and BSV compared. In the evolving landscape of digital finance, it is increasingly necessary to delineate between what merely transfers value and what creates it. The emergence of Bitcoin and the various ideological and technical mutations it has since undergone has sparked persistent debates on value, utility, and economic function. These essays examine the natural occurrence of investing in BTC and assesses whether such action, absent genuine utility, can be regarded as anything more than a zero-sum transfer. It then contrasts BTC with gold, a commodity often cited in defense of BTC's value proposition, before concluding with a detailed exposition of a BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi vision, and the original design for a micropayment-driven digital cash system. Here, the distinction between speculation and functionality becomes undeniable. Speculation without substance, the case for BTC. BTC today represents itself not as a transactional medium, but as a digital asset, a store of value, quotes there. Detached from use, it is a system frozen in deliberate stasis, with a block size fixed, its script functionality curtailed, and its transactional throughput throttled under the justification of decentralization. What this produces is not an economy but a theatre of scarcity. BTC thrives on the illusion of digital gold, but its valuation is sustained entirely by speculative demand rather than productive output. It is not used to buy bread, compute hashes for real-world services, or transmit micropayments for machine-based interactions. It is hoarded in the hope that someone else will buy it for more. This mechanism breaks BTC fundamentally, a zero-sum transfer. One investor's gain mirrors another's loss. There is no yield, no consumption, no dividend, only price appreciation based on perception, which in turn is reinforced by artificially engineering scarcity. When you invest in BTC, you are not allocating capital to a productive venture that will generate surplus. You are wagering that future demand will outstrip current supply. This is not investing, it is speculating on belief. Once energy costs, environmental externalities, and regulatory burdens are accounted for, BTC even dips below zero. Its ledger consumes resources without giving back. It does not settle debts. It does not extinguish obligations. It does not enable commerce in any meaningful sense. It exists to exist. And in doing so, it feeds on perpetual optimism without any economic foundation. It is a closed loop, self-referential, self-justifying, and systematically barren. A misled analogy, BTC and the myth of gold equivalents. Proponents of BTC frequently lean on the comparison to gold. Both are scarce, both are non-yielding, and both are seen as hedges against inflation or systemic failure. But the comparison breaks under scrutiny. Gold has intrinsic utility. It is malleable, conductive, non-corrosive, used in electronics, aerospace, medical tools, and jewelry. It has served as a store of value and a medium of exchange for thousands of years. Its presence in central bank reserves is not symbolic. It is a reflection of its liquidity, stability, and universal acceptability. In times of war, collapse, or economic dislocation, gold holds value not because it's speculative, but because it is useful and trusted. Yep, absolutely. That's the economic basics. BTC, by contrast, is entirely synthetic. BTC cannot be melted or reformed. It cannot be used in manufacturing. It cannot be worn or reshaped or reconstituted. If belief fails, nothing remains. Unlike gold, BTC has no floor price based on utility. It does not exist in nature. It exists in a consensus. A consensus is volatile, fragile, and manipulatable. What a fantastic post there, as ever, from Craig. And this was in response to Wall Street 5, obviously taking the piss out of this guy, Craig Shapiro. So Wall Street said, this is getting ridiculous. Now they want you to invest your Gregcoin instead of buying a house. This Ponzi scam will be blown so large that when it pops, it will make the .com bust look like a walk in the park. Yeah. The .com bubble, the Tulip bubble, the South Sea Company bubble. Like, literally, they've got nothing on this shit that the cabal have created here. Like, even the bubble of the Roaring Twenties. Like, literally, they've got nothing. I mean, what's this guy, Craig Shapiro, going on about? You're going, the great transfer. Gregcoin isn't just an asset. It's about to absorb trillions in monetary premium from US housing. Why? Because homes aren't acting like shelter anymore. They're acting like vaults, and bad ones. Here's how it ends. For decades, Americans used homes as their default savings vehicle, but housing today is overvalued, tax distorted, high carry, illiquid, politically fragile, and younger generations are locked out. 3. Median US homes 420k, median US income 75k, current affordable model 620 to 280k. That's a 140k delta. Isn't shelter value, it's monetary premium. At $20 trillion, distort embedded in the US housing market. So what he's saying is that houses are overvalued, they can't buy them, so Gen Z is going to be buying Bitcoin instead. Well, Gregcoin. Again, this, because we know the people who've done it, they invert, subvert, and pervert absolutely everything, and that's exactly what they've done to Gregcoin here. And in response to Rock Wallet saying, what is network congestion? I mean, maybe it's just an information piece or something, jargon busting, who knows. Blockchain network congestion happens when the number of transactions exceed the network processing capacity. Well, yeah, that's if there is a block limit. This can lead to slower confirmation times, high fees, reduced efficiency. It's often caused by high demand, adoption spikes, or major token events. Only on networks that have a block cap, really. So Light said in response to that, we aim to eliminate network congestion issues with Terranode. No matter what level of throughput is processed and cleared on at BSV blockchain, the roadmap extends to not to just millions of transactions per second, but eventually billions of transactions per second. Potentially every user and system on Earth, everything. Where we are going, there are no limits. The computational framework that can be expressed through an unbounded ledger with a full featured transaction script is such a compelling offer that all will eventually be incentivized to participate. No shady financial engineering required, just pure raw capitalism, transparency and accountability. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Loving that. Loving that. Right, yeah. Let's get into this now. So 24 minutes, yeah, coming to an end. So 4th of July 1776, US Independence Day. The Illuminati was formed on the 1st of May 1776, ready to infiltrate and exploit a nation recovering from civil war. That's what they did. And then if you look at the Capitol building in Washington DC, obviously you've got the Moloch there, symbol for Moloch. Yeah, it's all by design, all done on purpose, because we know they are the followers of Renfan and the worshippers of Baal and Moloch and Baphomet. You know, invert, subvert, pervert is what that is. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this. It's 25 minutes. So as ever, if you enjoyed these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Sendme.com, Handcash.io, RockWallet.me, Simply.cash, Relasia.com or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
2 years ago, you got SegWit, which we lied and cheated and stealed, and I was part of the lying and cheating and stealing to get SegWit, to get Lightning, which, by the way, had critical vulnerabilities and lost people's money.
The king still has one more move.
Remember, Bitcoin is BSV. Everything else is BS.